ain't gonna catch me out here. Nah, hey.
No, you can use CGI. For sure.
What, CGI backflip?
Yeah, that's crazy.
CGI. Because because you know the second Matrix, you remember, and most of them fighting scenes were CGI.
They were.
But the reason I didn't realize, I mean, the movie came out when I was like 2 years old.
Right.
So like, just me geeking, like as I'm older, I'm like, oh shit, this is why it was so big at the time, because that was the first time they used that.
Ever did that.
And I was like, wait, that means, like, because then you notice, like, what was that, 2002-ish, around the early 2000s? I wasn't 2 years old then, I'm tripping, I was maybe like 5, but all the video games started getting really good after that.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
they sold that technology. So then it's like, hold on. You know, it's just wild. Like, so you're right. They could be CGI and, you know, all the stunts and everything.
It's interesting. I was having a conversation the other day about the intersection of creativity and technology and how it's just a really interesting sort of intersection that we don't think about a lot, even with, you know, people like James Cameron and Avatar and like, you know, like, you know,
whole movie.
You know, like crazy. But it's just interesting how like, you know, we can have ideas that maybe are beyond technology's capabilities.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
You got to kind of be patient and wait for technology to catch up.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
I mean, I think a lot of what I see from, you know, folks in our realm as youthful young folk, pushing the needle and like making people think about their budgets when they come to making people think about time and hours because frankly, I don't know, it's like there's just a different curiosity. There's just a different curiosity, and it's like, you know, with more willingness to take risk. When you said that, it made me think. There's this book. It's a book called. I gotta send you the cover of it.
Okay.
I gotta send you the cover of it. Actually,
please do.
But it's actually it was the book that. But there was You mentioned James Cameron and Avatar and all that, and I'm like, dang, like, you know, it's funny, like, you think about AI and all this, like, right now, and there's, like, so it's funny, right, like, because for the longest time, I'm just like, yo, this is so spooky, until, and actually still very much spooky. Yeah. It's just, I saw a possibility when you talk about that, it's like, dang, I can upload a video that I film and have something turn it into whatever. Like, there's possibility that I feel like it's just vast, and it's just growing so fast to where what you say about, okay, the technology has to catch up. Well, soon we gonna be having to catch up to the technology.
Right.
But what's going on? We in the building, FTF Radio. It's group therapy. We getting into it.
Yes, sir.
Group therapy. Don't forget the dot.
Yeah.
Come on, family. Go ahead. Hey, it's been. I'm so excited because I feel like this has been one of them we've been plotting on for a minute. It's a long time coming. Yeah. High key. Yeah. So I'm like, take it away. How y'all feeling? Let the people know who here. What we got? What's going on?
What's up, y'all? Group therapy in the building. I'm Jada Grace. I am from LA, and yeah, I'm happy to be here. We've been talking for a while, it feels like, and we have yet to even like get in the studio, honestly.
I think we only had like 1 or 2 sessions together.
Yeah. Oh, shit, wait, no,
way back when. You remember, right?
That
Oh my gosh, and those songs.
We used to have 24-hour sessions, bro. It was locked in. He was locked in.
24.
Man.
Anyway,
if you don't know me, I'm Coy, AKA Swim. I'm here with gang on both sides of the table, so it's a blessing to be here.
Yeah, and this is TJOnline, you know, the homie from New York. And here to have a good time, you know.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Yes, that's what I was thinking of before I jumped out. I was like, yeah, that session, I remember sitting through and hearing, like, y'all cut like a few records.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. Because I remember was getting in, going in. So let's get into it. I mean, for the person who stumbles upon the video, stumbles upon a single, how do you all introduce yourself when you step on someone's like, yo, what y'all got going on? What y'all on? What is group therapy? Where did that come from? Where's the origin?
Man, it all started. You know, we all kind of knew each other as kids. We were gang and been best friends for the longest time. and the music was just therapeutic. That's it. You know, we were in TJ's garage. I mean, this is 2013 maybe. And, you know, we were all kind of in our own respective careers, doing other things in the arts, and just not feeling seen, you know, and being together was the only place we felt like we could be ourselves. And so it felt like therapy, going in there and expressing ourselves and making music that honestly we hoarded for years.
Yeah, we wasn't even trying to release none of that.
Really?
We were just having a good time.
Yeah. There was never a plan, right? In the beginning.
No, what strategic plan?
No, it really was just like, it was therapeutic. We were making songs because we was going through stuff that we felt like we couldn't really communicate super well. Like, we could talk to each other about it, but we wanted to really like process it, you know what I mean, and work through it. And it just so happened the easiest way for us to do that was like, okay, let's put a beat on, let's make a beat or something, let's write it out. Let's write it out.
Yeah.
And there was no like intention of like dropping anything or anything going crazy. It was just strict from the very beginning, just like, this is helping me.
Yeah.
For self.
Yeah. Because I even, you know, it kind of felt like I was not only like getting to know myself through the music I was making, but I was also getting to know them on a much deeper level, even though we had been friends for years, you know, and I would hear TJ say things on records that we had never said in conversation, but after hearing that record, I have a much deper understanding of him. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear that bar. Like,
right, exactly. And yeah, you know, after a while, it kind of, we had this collection of music, and we were just sitting here like, damn.
Maybe we should.
Yep.
Maybe we should put something.
Yeah.
You know, maybe we should just,
you know, and TJ came up with the name.
Yep.
Yeah. It was really the first idea.
Yeah.
It feels very organic. It feels very just coming together from a place of, oh yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Of course.
Yeah.
He was like, actually, I already got it.
Yeah, he was like, I got an idea.
Oh.
Yeah.
And he said group therapy, and he broke it all down.
He didn't even have to break it down.
Gang in this thing.
What's
gang
up?
in this thing.
She came in with the blunt in her mouth. I love that energy. I love
Lil
that
Lexi and his
energy.
bitch.
I love that energy.
Yo, I can't wait. Yeah, handle that. And we got a special guest in the. Hey, welcome, Amber.
Hi.
Welcome to the new spot. Yeah, welcome. It's great to see you. I know we got a special guest in the building.
It's fire in here.
Come
man.
on.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, no, I love that because you know, I love you said it. It was therapy. It's a group setting. It's a space. I think I was just reading this article. Chuck D was talking about when hip hop declined in his mind, not declined like from, but when it shifted. Maybe that's a better way to put it. Yeah. Back in the 90s, he was like the shift happened when the focus went from groups to the individual.
Right.
And I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
Like, I had to process it, and I feel like and it's wild because I've been familiar with your practices as individuals. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you're already in performing arts, already in performing arts.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Already diving in different realms. So to hear that it's kind of just speaking to that point where it's like, damn, like you said it, feeling seen, like, because it's like, damn, like we here.
Yeah.
It's undeniable.
Yeah.
Our presence.
Yeah. And when you got your people with you, I'm sure you know what that feels like, you know, to have a community and that confidence, you know, behind you when you know you got that herd behind you. It just
It's very different.
Very different.
Yeah.
Very different.
It is.
And it's important. You get that reflection. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man. So like you hear that bar, like, oh yeah, let me tap in, or like just hearing the thought and it's like, oh yeah, let's chat. Like
exactly.
Exactly. It's one of the reasons why I loved like Our Future or Pac Div.
Come on.
You know, like shoot, the list goes on and on, really. I mean, damn. But
Pro
that's
era,
wild.
You know what I mean?
So what was the first release?
It was Exercise.
Yeah.
Was the first release on
Damn,
Was that the visual? There's a video at like a
at a house. It was at my house.
Yeah, it's like a house, a tennis court.
Tennis court.
Yeah.
I knew. I was like, so the tennis court was at the crib? No. Oh, I was like, wait, hold on.
It was, I wish we was moving like that.
No, we literally found that in a neighborhood, and we were like,
let's just go hop the fence type shit. Just was like,
absolutely.
You know how we get down. But
I remember that video. Wow, man, time flies.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
2018, y'all.
Yeah,
that video was in 2018. Because Bounce and all
you mean
of
to tell
that.
me that was 5 years ago?
Yes.
That was 5 years ago.
Yes.
Time flies.
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, we early into this year too, so
Yeah.
it could have only been 4 years
Yeah.
ago
Right,
if
right.
this was December.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yes,
but
yes,
that's
yes.
true.
I mean, damn near it's almost half the year.
We
It
have for
is,
sure.
bro.
We have
No, it's May.
man. So we start in the summer. Here we are 5 years later.
Yeah.
Funk Fest.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Funk Fest. Yeah. Hey.
Crazy. That's a crazy jump to make.
Yeah.
It's a crazy jump to think about.
And you know, really my favorite part of it is getting through and seeing everyone. This is one thing that I always missed. You know, when that moment when you feel like, well, I guess the best way to phrase it is with the compliment actually, which is I love how everyone shines in their spaces. Like the video is so quick, but it's like y'all find a way to all get your verse off. Like everybody got their shit off, and then it's like, oh yeah, we back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's so. That's like a very, I don't know. It could be accidental, could just be the way it is. But from a thinking about music and the attention span of a listener now, and writing structure, I'm like, I was really loving that because I was like, damn, moment.
Yeah.
Wait, it's only 3 minutes and 40 seconds. How the fuck?
Yeah.
It feels. It actually feels shorter than that.
Yeah. It does.
Yeah.
It
It's
does.
crazy.
What was that record like coming together?
I think that was the easiest song we've ever made.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
Yeah.
We were starting work on this whole new wave of releases.
First song we made. In this
It was the
new
first
wave.
song we made for the new wave. We were just like, I mean, this whole new era came from a sort of restructuring, behind the scenes, where we were sort of like, we wanted to refocus on what was important to us, which was each other. So we were like, we're just going to take things real slow, just come together, no stakes, no pressure. We're going to make some shit and see how it feels. We were just hanging out at the crib.
Yeah.
Truthfully.
Literally.
We wasn't even in the studio.
No, it wasn't a studio. It was the three of us.
Hey, facts.
My younger brother, Domino Williams, he brought his bass. And we was just hanging out, chopping it up, watching TV. And while we were doing that, he came over and he laid the lick down.
He's freestyling.
He was freestyling.
He
got
was just
that.
freestyling.
Right there.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
That's a little
just
dirty.
That's hard. So
Yeah.
he just laid
Looped
it
it.
down and then kept hanging out. Didn't even think about it. And somehow during the day I wandered over, added the drums in.
Yeah.
And it wasn't.
Wait, I love that. Some point during the day.
Yeah,
No, for
literally.
real.
Some point.
Like,
It
we
was
have
just-
been eating, we were kicking it, we were smoking, we were
As it
just
should
chopping
be,
it
as
up.
it
You know
should
what I
be,
mean?
yeah.
And I remember we was watching TV and I think we were eating and I saw TJ kind of wander over
Yeah.
to where the
piano
setup
and
was and the
everything,
piano and everything. And he was over there for 15, 20 minutes. And then he hit me with the Coy, come here. And took the headphones off, you know what I mean? So I came over, he played it for me in the headphones and instantly I heard the structure of my verse.
Yeah.
You know what that's like when you hear certain,
You're like,
and
yep.
yeah, I see exactly where I'm gonna go with this. So I was like, sick. Let me know when you're ready.
Say
you
less.
know? Yeah.
Say less, big bro.
Right, literally. And
Yeah. By the end of that day, the track was pretty much done.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it just happened. It came together. So we were like, okay, this.
Yeah.
For what the whole new whatever this is that we're doing,
This
this
energy,
feeling.
this
We got
energy.
to stay on this feeling, this energy. Just
Yeah.
not making it happen, letting it happen.
You remind me of what Pharrell says about about maybe a year and a half, or I don't know, it's pandemic time. He did the interview. I don't remember what it was. He was sitting down in a brown chair. It was like a brown room. It was like,
I know exactly what you're talking
and
about.
he was. It was like some. I'm gonna send it, but I love what he said. I never forget. He's like, you can't chase a sound. You go for a feeling, and you can't chase the feeling. But when you find the feeling, you just know it's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Stay in
Yeah.
it.
It was something. That's me rephrasing a
Yeah,
little bit, but
yeah.
I love that. So
It's so true, yeah.
how much of that it just kind of exists in your process already? How much of just existing bleeds into the process for you all?
I think now more than ever.
More
for
so
sure.
right now.
Yeah.
Because even when we go in the studio, we just start off with so what's up?
Yeah,
like what's the energy for today? What are we going through? What do we want to talk about? And yeah, if we like ever tap into something, it's just like we're not really feeling it. It's like, okay, we'll come back to it.
Type shit. Yeah.
And we fine tune and like we're just really patient with our music these days.
Man,
yeah.
You have to be, because it takes a while to sometimes to connect with the source. You're not always connected 24/7, you know?
You can't just sit down and
I wish,
just, like,
I
be
wish,
right into
bro.
it.
I wish,
Yeah.
you know? But sometimes you have to, me and TJ used to say this a long time ago, but like, you kind of have to show up. And you don't know if, you know, the source is gonna be there or not, right? But you have to show up every single time, regardless of if the source shows up.
here.
You know what I mean? And show that you care and show that you're dedicated. Yeah. And one day you're gonna walk in and it's gonna be sitting right there, you know? And it'll let you know before you even know it. And I think we really have gotten so good at sharpening each other.
Yeah.
And when we have any type of record, making sure that everybody has something to say.
And even
like
if they don't, then we probably don't even get on the track.
Right, that's what I'm saying. If you don't have anything to say, you don't have to be on this record, and that's okay.
Yeah. And it's really, it really is a sort of, we got really hooked up to intuition this time.
Yeah.
Which is just like, whatever feels like that's it.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And don't question it and just go for it.
Yep.
That's the perfect example of it. It's like we'll be making something, and then all three of us will have laid down verses. And this happened on one of the songs on the project, where I was like, we all laid down verses. We went home and listened to it. I came back to them the next day and I was like, my verse is not on this song.
Yep.
I'm not talking about anything.
Literally.
I was like, you guys know what you needed to say. And you said what needed to be said on this. And I said some stuff. It don't necessarily need to be on there.
Yeah. And a lot of times you have to take the thinking out of it.
Yeah.
And just feel. And so if, you know, Jada has a chorus, or TJ has a verse, or I have a verse, and when you listen back to it and you can feel the energy in the room connect with it, then you know it's real.
Yeah.
You know? But if you have to, and because there's so many elements, because we're moving around, but because it can be so chaotic, we have to not think.
Yeah.
At all.
What's that? So what are those moments? What do those moments look like when it's like what's your metric or your gauge when you're like, okay, we thinking too hard? Oh, is it like you do a timer, or are you like just feeling it, like are you jumping around? Like,
I'll say when a beat has been playing for about 40 plus minutes, we look at each other, we're like, you ready to move on?
Yeah, we're just like, we're either it's not flowing or we're overthinking it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like there've been a few times where Coy actually came up with this rule for the studio, where he was like, if you have an idea, don't say it. Don't say you have an idea. Don't tell us what the idea is. Go in the booth and record it. Just as soon as you have it on top of your head, go and record it. If it works, it'll work. If it doesn't work, it's fine. You just you didn't waste any time.
Yeah.
right.
Like
you
I
did.
got
We cooking. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and because there's so many people in the room, sometimes niggas, and we were all like this in the beginning.
Yeah.
You want to get permission, right? You don't want to fuck the vibe up. You want to, know, you want to let everybody have an idea. Can I? We're not here for that,
it's
bro.
a part of collaboration. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. So on one, I hear, would you say there's like on one element there was learning how to just collaborate, but then there was also learning how to create in unison. Like it's like oh man, here I go. I love you remember the Megazord Power Rangers?
Yeah.
Yes.
When it's like, okay,
yes.
like is there moments where it feel like we all in the Megazord?
Yes.
And then
Yes.
there's moments when it's like, all right, we just on the field. We got to be on the field. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
For sure. It's an all hands on deck situation. Like, and we'll get a beat going and like, or a record going, and we're like, okay, we know what we want this to be. Everybody attack towards that direction.
Everybody,
you know what I mean?
All
like,
hands on deck.
And so we'll come together, and Jada will be like, I have this melody idea. TJ is like, okay, I got this verse idea. Okay, cool. I got this like post hook idea. Here's a little bridge. And we just start crafting.
Word.
We just start crafting. You know what I mean? And it's a very, like, you know, it's a very powerful feeling to be in a room where your ego is not allowed.
Yeah.
it's not allowed in there. So you don't have to worry about being seen in a certain type of way, or keep your ego way out the door.
Yeah. It's like when you pull up into a rehearsal room, like they be telling, hey, leave all that outside stuff at the door. Like, man. And you know what too? Cause even on that, right? Like, naturally, like when people look at groups, I think we all, and I don't know, I'll say we, because it's something we all participate in. When I first got put on to Griselda, like, you know, people gravitate to, but I think something I remember is, you know, seeing how some of that pressure leans into, so how do you all like not allow perspectives of the group and what it should do? What, who do I like? Oh, I like that. How do you all manage that within just, you know, it sounds like you're already with a very much in-house, everything is with the family. Or do you know what I'm saying, doing it hands-on, but do you ever find moments where that's tough to kind of like, all right, we got to just remember, we're here.
It's been the hardest thing ever.
I'll tell you what, we learned how to do that by messing that up so many times.
Literally.
That like
letting people do that.
But we was like, we let a bunch of other people dictate what we were based on what they thought we were, what they wanted us to be. So we were sort of defined as like, if somebody was to, like somebody was coming to us and be like, people will understand you better if you say that you're a band. We'd be like, okay, well then I guess we're a band now. Or like, people will understand you better if like,
there's a leader, or like
who's the leader of the, or like, this person got to be on more songs.
And it feels so trivial.
So we, for the longest time, we made those little sacrifices, and we were like, okay, well, like, you know, maybe this definition is what's going to work for now, and then we can change it later. And then really up until we started work on this most recent project is when we were like, all right, what is this? What are we? What is our dynamic? And we decided that we set it up, and we were like, we're going to move this way. And either people are going to get it immediately, or they're going to get it later.
I mean.
Right, but they're not going to get it.
Yeah, exactly.
If the music is good, I mean, that's where we got to start, with the music.
And I feel like we really just locked into it because we just started the whole like a family company thing. Like that's our kind of slogan. And it's all connecting now, and it's working in a way that feels effortless, even though it's not. But like that's a good thing. Right. You know what I mean?
They don't need to see that.
Nah, that's not none of y'all business. You know what I mean? So it's like, but yeah, I would definitely say what's interesting about our sort of arc is that early on, the earlier versions of group therapy that you have met have a lot of sort of outside influence and sort of putting together how we sort of present ourselves. And this is the first time that you are getting to know us for who we are for real. And I've been saying that about this next project. I'm scared for people to hear it because I have records on there. Yeah. You know, like I got records on there. I'm like, you know, you're gonna really get to know me in a way that I've never really been vulnerable before. But I think that's exactly why it's different this time. It feels different.
Yeah.
And is there, or I guess what does that awareness kind of empower you all to want to take risk with for like this next release? Like what kind of ideas are you thinking? Like is it just like?
I mean, there's no limit. I mean, there's really no limit.
Yeah.
I feel like.
I think really like one of the things that it's been, the shift is like we're outside.
Yeah.
We're outside, and like, you know, it used to be this make the music and then hide.
Right.
Put it out and go hide.
Yeah.
And now we're kind of outside, like shouting to the streets.
Yeah.
Like we're here. We're not going anywhere. Anywhere, anytime soon. Like
we're like in your face.
I'm in your face. Like we got a single coming out in 2 weeks, another single coming out in 2 weeks after that. We got like it's not, we're ready. And it's a different feeling because there's nobody but us pushing it. You know, it's just us.
It's like reclamation, like you said, redefining. That's a big thing that I feel. I mean, I love that when artists it's your narrative.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying,
bro. 100%.
And it's so easy, like in our space of music.
Yeah.
It's like, it's so weird. Like, I feel like, and just the way that I've been coming across it, it's like people forget musicians are artists.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
the way we look at like Picasso or like James James Terry, like Kara Walker, like they have reincarnations. They have reiterations of past and previous and present and future work. Like, and I feel like musicians only get looked that way when it's like you're doing some weird shit.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you got to be like Fly Low avant-garde or Bjork avant-garde to be treated like, oh yeah, you can have different versions of this story. But it's like, that's because, just where we at. But that's what I loved about, the Funk Fest visual. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just felt like that. It was a statement. Like, even your scene holding the camera, and I'm like, this is a statement to right now. Like, it's like just, and that's my interpretation. I'm taking it that way. Just like, dang, I'm like the shots, the editing, the sequencing, the movement, the jumping between worlds. I'm like, hold on, like, what's common for us? Like when we scroll through and the ways that we're seeing things, I'm like, y'all really hit that. It's like postmodernism. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, when I hear that, how you said, like with this energy for this new wave, like, you can't define this shit. Like, you gotta be outside. Like, hey, look, you gonna get it when you get it.
Right.
Exactly. It's exactly that. And I think you could see it, in the video and in the records, hearing it, like, so what's this next single and what's the most exciting part about getting that out? And,
oh my God, dude. I've never been so excited. Like, tell them about it, Jada. Go on.
Well, it's called Nasty. It comes out May 30th.
May 30th, FTF exclusive.
Yes,
just
sir.
got the date.
Just got the
May
date.
30th.
We are in our Timberland, Missy Elliott bag. I mean, it's just
Took it back.
I mean, honestly, it's completely different than Funk Fest. And I think that's what we wanted to do this time around, was give people like so many different flavors and colors and show like all the different sides that we have to us. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
That's crazy.
I think we wanted to, like, we will not be pigeonholed. And it's like, I think as an artist, you kind of have to be strategic about where you see yourself being in the future and how you're going to get there. And I always had so much respect for, somebody like a Kendrick doing To Pimp a Butterfly, right? At a time where it kind of felt like it wasn't a fan favorite. It wasn't what people wanted to hear, right? And so I think with us, but I said that to say I feel like once he dropped that record, you could never box him in again, right? And so with us, I think, just like you were talking about, like human beings they're so multidimensional. There's so much to us. And so to even like ask me, like I feel like when people ask me what kind of genre of music I make, sometimes it's not an offensive question, but sometimes I get offended because I'm like, I could talk for days. I make music. I make music.
How could I give you one?
You know what I mean? How could I do that? And so that's what's so exciting about this next wave of music is it's not this chaotic thing of just genre, whatever, but it's a real sort of melting pot of all of our lives and our influences and the things that we love and sort of what's ingrained in our creative DNA. And so Nasty is just another version of that. Niggas grew up watching MTV. Niggas grew up watching, looking at these fucking Missy Elliott, Timberland, Busta Rhymes music videos. Like, that shit changed my life.
Janet Jackson.
Is there already a visual?
Yes, there is. I can send that to you too, bro. Shit is, I mean, we're locked in. And like, man, TJ probably has one of the best verses I think he has ever delivered on this Nasty record.
It's one of my favorites.
We gonna have to run that for sure. We gonna have to run that one for sure.
I'm like,
that's dope too. I love, it's funny, like you talk about Missy. You mentioned Missy, like hearing you talk and like hearing you on the group fest. The Funk Fest record. I'm thinking like it reminds me, if I think about like Odd Future or like the Fugees, like. In the past, we've really only seen, or even with TDE, we've only seen the presence of a woman in a hip hop group so much until they break out.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
Right.
then it's like, oh yeah. But it's like, it's dope because I feel like, and I feel like a lot of folks would be curious to hear like your experience because I don't feel that. I feel like that's what I'm saying. There's moments like everybody like, there's never a moment where I'm like, oh, is there more Jada on? Like, you know what I'm saying? So what's that feel like for you being, you know, being the only woman in the group that's like holding it down, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I know people will ask me sometimes, like, is it weird? But I feel like it would feel different if I didn't know them as well as I did.
this was some
but
E-rated
American Idol shit.
no, really, I would definitely be like, okay, like I'm the woman in the group. But with them, like we match each other's energy so much. Like sometimes they talk to me like I'm just the homie, like for real, and I'll like gossip to them like they my girlfriends, like dead ass.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't notice it at all. And I think it's beautiful, honestly, because we're just like a big family, and they make me feel seen and heard. And I mean, I'm just like doing this with my best friends. So
Jada really is the anchor. She really is, and like she kind of keeps us level-headed. I think TJ and I can be off in our own world sometimes creatively, and we are like, you know, we're just splattering ideas everywhere, all over the wall. And I think sometimes Jada can come in and really center us, you know, and it's a very necessary energy that she brings.
We balance each other out for sure.
Yeah.
Mirrors.
Yeah, no, for real. And you know, it's funny, like TJ, you know how you're a little kid, especially like in the black households. Like TJ's house was the only house I could sleep over at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Jada's house was the only girl's house I was allowed to go to with other guys there. You know how parents are like, you know what I mean? Like these are the niggas I genuinely had some of my first ever life experiences as a young kid with, like just freedom and expression, creativity. Like, so being able to, it's a weird feeling, dog.
I mean, it's
strange.
Ingrained. Like there's just certain things and that's powerful too, because hey, in this industry, people lose friendships. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like over signatures or percentages or so, you know, there's like over misunderstood. Oh, this like over the most trivial.
Yes, sir.
And it's sad, you know, it's sad. Like, so, but I think that bond is felt and heard, and it's like, it just, that's the thing that I think also, you know, is what stands out about you all is like, it's just real life.
Yeah.
It's just, hey, like we just, like you said, we just showing up.
That's it.
Like we would have been like this at the crib. We would have been like this at the park.
Exactly.
Like we was outside, like just showing up. You know what I'm saying? And as artists, like, you know, you mentioned vulnerability. There's like this wave of authenticity coming back. Like it's like there's a wave where it's like now it's like how do I feel? Like, or like let's be raw. Like let's rap. Like let's like there's so many. Even the sound, people don't really want that high, clean, crispy sound on records. Like it's like life is raw. This shit real. You know?
Yeah, it's real. I think the pandemic played a big part in that, even for us.
Yeah, I mean, our first, There Goes the Neighborhood is a lot more like uplifting sounding and like, oh, everything's like good and dandy. I feel like we didn't really tap into, we are not as introspective on that album as I think we are on this one, and as raw and vulnerable. So I definitely think that we took a different route this time around.
What was that recording process like?
Man.
Or the whole coming of it?
We was tapping in and out. I was like, okay, you go in, I'm about to go in. We did like 3 sessions a week or something.
Word.
Yeah.
Locked in.
Shout out to our engineer, Marshall. He was locked in with us, recorded the whole album.
Yeah, he killed it. And, you know, we really just, like I said, we just showed up, man. And I feel like, TJ, this is the longest we've spent on certain records.
Yeah.
Like, we would make a record and spend 2-3 weeks every time we go in working on it.
Or, like, add it to the track list, and then we'll be like, we'll revisit it when the project's we'll figure it out.
Records, like, you know, I'm sure when you came to the studio before, you remember like we would be sort of in and out real quick, and usually like what we laid down, that was it. Like that was the record. Records would be done.
Yeah.
And we combed through everything on this album.
Yeah.
Right?
It really it felt like we wanted to make the album we wanted to listen to. So
That's a big thing.
it's a big thing. It's a big thing. So like when we were going to make a song, you're like, yes, this is good. How can I squeeze the most juice out of this as possible?
Yep.
Push it as far as I possibly can. Because I would want an artist I'm a fan of to do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And not just like lay down something that they think is hot and it'd be like, yeah, that's good enough.
What's that thought process for you when you're challenging yourself? Because I hear that and I'm curious, like, because I feel like, and I remember watching you record. Marshall is the same engineer, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, my memory ain't that crazy. I don't smoke that much. But I'm like, I can. So when you're recording, what's that thought process for revisions or challenges? And that goes for all of you, definitely.
Yeah.
I think it's getting to a feeling, getting past the feeling of like, this is good, I like this, and getting to a point where it gets you physically excited. And the thing you think when you listen to it is, I couldn't do anything else to this. Like, you're like, I when I'm listening through this, I can't even think of anything to change. Changing any aspect of it would make me like it less.
Once you're at that place,
Once you're at that place, and it's a kind of a delicate place to get to, because you could so very easily second guess it.
Yeah.
You're like, let me just add this one thing.
that could be literally turning the delay longer.
No,
really.
Reverb. And then you be like,
eventually you have to make a decision and like be done with it.
Yeah.
Hey.
And that's what's nice about having a tribe, though,
Yeah.
because you can confide in them and say, okay, as the person who created this or as the artist, I have a different dog in the fight. Like, y'all tell me what y'all hear, what you feel. And there have been times where I've come in and be like, man, I got to scrap this verse. Like, I'm not. And TJ will be like, no. Like, this line right here, and he'll sit down and break it down for me for 15 minutes why the line that I just said is crazy and needs to go on the record, you know?
Oh,
and when you
easy,
hear, when you hear something like that from an artist that you respect, it's like, yeah. And
Keyword,
you know, I think for me it's which is a process that I had never really done before. I used to be like deep in my notes app. When the beat would come on, I would just bury my head in the notes app. And I wanted this perfect 16 before I even opened my mouth.
Right.
And then I would hear for this project, I would hear a flow or I would hear the first line and I would immediately jump in. And I was just telling Jada this because she's been asking us to submit our lyrics for Genius, and I have to go through and listen to the songs and write it down.
That's crazy. You said Jada the anchor. She's like, hey,
I
I need the lyrics.
I told you.
Hey,
Like,
I'm trying to tell you.
She's scheduling the content days. She's like, I'm telling you, she's the one. Like, she's really the one, and we need that.
I don't be thinking about that shit.
Nigga, it's not
you
in my
got
mind.
the lyrics.
Right.
You got the song.
Right. That's what I'm like, what do you mean? But literally, like, this process for this album was different for me because a lot of this shit I didn't write down. Just like was flowing through it. Okay, take me back. You know what I mean? Just like feeling it.
Yeah.
And
there's a different closeness between you and the record.
Bro.
You're like talking to it.
Because I will listen back to it and be like,
Yeah.
because I didn't have time to think about it.
No.
You know? And so for most of this album, I did not write. And so now I'm having to go back through and listen and write the shit that I said. And it hits different. Seeing it, you know, it's like the reverse. Hearing it and then writing it.
Right.
It feels so different. But I say all that to say, I think I needed to go in and let it out. Not write it down and look back at it, but actually hear it and feel it. And I would go in and just revise. I would listen. Marshall has so many versions. Every single time we were done, we would leave.
He's sick.
What? Bounce that.
Comping.
So, yes. So I can go home, listen to it. I'm playing it on loop.
Yeah.
And I'll come back tomorrow. Let me pull up that verse from, you know, whatever that record is. Let me get in there and redo it. Like, it's just, you know. When you know, you know. And I didn't want to listen to any record on this album 10 years from now and be like, damn, I should have had that line. I should have. I had this idea. You know,
because once it's up, it's up.
Yeah.
it's up, bro. And also, it's a gift. You know, you're delivering it to somebody, and when you do that, you want to put your everything into it. You know, and so even Jada is the realest with that. Again, the anchor. We'll do a line and she'll be like, you know, you can go harder than that, right?
Yeah.
Real talk. Yeah.
Like,
they can.
shit, let me get right back in there. You know what I mean?
The amount of times I've gone to the studio and laid something down, and as soon as I'm done laying it down, Jada will like hit the talk box and be like, "That's not it."
Yeah.
But I like where you're going. Dude, just keep fucking around with it.
Somebody has to be like that in the studio.
Yes.
Yeah.
Someone has to. I'm realizing it's very important. Like someone has to.
Yes.
Because you're right. Like, I mean, I think about just, you know, you can get lost in ideas.
Yeah. You
And it's
can.
not a bad idea.
No.
Yeah.
It's not even what's
No.
bad.
And you
It's
should
just
probably lay it down so you can go
still
through
lay
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like get it all out.
Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I guess this. You remember that the video of Rick Rubin going around like, oh, why do they pay me the big bucks?
Yeah.
Like, well, I feel like it's this one bar he said when he was talking about the Yeezus process. He's like, I'm more of a reducer than a producer.
Oh, shoot.
I was like, hey, I'm gonna pay this nigga half a grand, right? Hey, go ahead.
That's a bar.
I'll give him a check for that one. Hey, come listen to
Yeah.
this. But
crazy.
Yeah.
somebody has to, you know, because
Yeah.
the ideating, man, that's
man.
the fun part. It's not fun to edit and look at the screen and make you could like that's not fun. But
Yeah.
somebody
Yeah.
has to do it, you know.
Yeah.
'Cause after a point, it's like, hey, now that's the job.
Yeah.
Right. And that's a big part of our process too, is, you know, after all the paint is sort of laid and the mess is there and the creativity is there, then comes like the organization and the building.
Yeah.
And that's kind of fun.
Because the songs will be like 4 minutes and 30 seconds by the time we're done. Like
laying
everything down.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, we
And
can't.
we'll go through
Type shit.
Yeah, go through and be like, okay, what is the absolute best part of every part?
Yeah.
What hits the most? What's the hardest? What do you feel the most?
And like, what can we cut without sacrificing the feeling that you feel when you hear it?
And that's very meticulous.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's,
Even especially with sounds.
Yeah.
yeah.
You like,
saying.
dang, turn that knob back. What,
Right.
I lost
Right.
it.
Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah.
Like, but I mean, shit, that's the fun part too.
It is.
For
That's the
real.
fun part.
It is.
Because that's where the record comes together. You could change one thing,
Yeah.
and
that's it.
you know, like even with the
With the
nasty mix,
Yeah.
we were going back and forth, and we told Marshall, "There's some strings in the back.
Yeah.
We need those.
Yeah.
We need those.
Mark, we need the strings.
We need those
We need the
strings. I'm losing the strings.
It's
You
like,
know,
get
it
the
sets
strings,
the vibe. It sets the vibe.
It's like y'all in the battlefield. He in the control room.
Yes,
strings. We gotta get strings.
Send the strings in. Send the strings in. Like, you know, but
Hey.
it's little shit like that
That matters.
that matters, bro, and really builds a record out. And like, so it's this has been the most fun I've ever had.
Yeah.
Ever had.
I can't wait to hear this
had.
record. We're gonna get into that when we get out.
Okay.
I can't wait
Yeah.
to hear that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
I
hyped.
can't wait to hear it.
I'm hyped, man.
Do we have is it too early? Do you have a project title?
Ooh.
Is that
Oh,
I think it's
God.
a little too early.
I'm-
Too early?
I kind of wanna tell you.
We can chat later.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Still tell me. Yeah,
Okay.
But
Yeah.
let's let.
Actually, if you don't mind, I don't mind saying it. If you could censor it,
Oh yeah.
and then we can kind of have a conversation around it.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Are you cool with that?
Yeah,
Everybody
we're
cool
gonna-
with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Y'all cool with that? All right, cool.
Y'all
yeah,
good?
yeah.
Y'all gonna have to be cool with it.
You want to say it?
Okay, it's called.
So
the
that-
project.
That's the title of the
Yeah.
of the album.
Oh snap!
Yeah.
And it was actually really amazing. Originally, it was supposed to be self-titled.
Yeah.
Supposed to be a different title.
That's just sound like some shit I would really say to somebody. I'm sorry. That just really sound like a conversation. Like why would you?
yes,
Yeah.
exactly,
Hey,
bro.
facts. Okay.
And
Yeah.
we
Okay.
found this amazing piece of artwork. I'm forgetting her name, and I feel so bad.
She goes by White Lab or like Wit Lab.
Wit Lab or
So-
White Lab
yeah.
on IG.
Mm-hmm.
She had this amazing piece of artwork that had that in the title. It was a part of the artwork, and we saw it, and I think it was TJ.
No, it was Domino.
It was Domino.
He found it.
Yeah.
But I think it was TJ who said
No, yeah.
this should be the name of the album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was kind of joking. He was like,
But
that should be the name of the album.
But he wasn't. Though.
wasn't,
When he
though.
said it, I was
Yeah.
like,
No,
but
but
he
for
kind
real,
of
like,
laughed after, and I looked at him dead serious.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
too great. It was
Yeah.
just too good. Like, and even like we reached out to the artist to be like, are you cool with us using this as like the title? And also, can we incorporate this piece of artwork into like some of the art that we're doing?
That's fire.
And she was like, yeah, she was really cool. And she broke down like the story of it, where she was saying she made that when it was like the worst experience for her during the pandemic, because she's really young. So she was still in school.
Oh, word. Dang.
So she was pretty. It was a way of expressing like
that was real.
I'm going like. Like,
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
is a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was just after hearing that, it was like, no,
This is it.
That's how we feel.
It.
What?
There we go. There we go.
I feel like that's something a lot of folks got to hear.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's gonna do damage. Just the title alone, I think, and then just it brings me back to what you said coming in here. Like you started doing this so you could talk about things.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like literally, it's just really aligned. That's dope. Can't wait to hear.
Yeah, man. And like if you know us, you know, we've been running around since we were kids.
Yeah.
You know, and one of the things that brought us together is that we were kids who were living an adult lifestyle. We wasn't in school, nigga. We was at work.
Clocking in.
We had bills to pay.
Facts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We was signing W-9s and shit at fucking 12. Like, we didn't know what the fuck was going on. So
Facts.
to really be grown now, this album is sort of us reflecting on that time
And reclaiming
it,
That shit,
and what it meant for us, and also looking towards the future and where we want to take it.
Yeah.
And so reclaiming is the perfect word, bro. It feels like we're really taking all of that back and redefining maybe what you thought you knew of us, you know?
Love it.
So I can't wait for people to hear.
I can't wait to. Hey, so we gonna get into this single Nasty.
Yes,
We're
sir.
gonna get into this exclusive FTF exclusive.
I'm very excited.
Hey, I'm excited. Hey, come on, we gonna run that.
Yes, sir.
Hey, is there anything else that you want the folks to know or to stick with before they hear this record, just to know what's coming, what to be ready for?
Nasty, May 30th. If you like the way it's sounding, make sure you go touch that right now.
Go pre-save that.
Funk Fest is out now, so hit the Spotify.
Gifted.
And I just wanted to say shout out to you, True. Like for real. Thank you for having us, and
Family.
you know, we're really particular about where we like to go, and you know, you are somebody whenever the phone rings, we're picking up.
Yeah.
Man.
For sure.
You just got so much
For the family.
Yes,
It's
sir.
forever home.
For the family.
This
Yes,
shit
sir.
forever home. I can't wait to have y'all back to perform.
Yes.
Right.
Can't
Yeah.
wait.
Sure.
It's gonna be active. We gonna do. Hey,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
man.
saying?
We
Shit.
always got love for you, man. So we just appreciate you having us up here.
Bless.
For real.
Always good to see y'all. Always
Yes,
good
sir.
to hear
Thank
what y'all
you.
doing.
Thank
I
you.
can't wait to get into this record, y'all.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And you know, I finally can say this publicly.
Yeah.
Coy also was on literally with my top 5 TV shows Blacklist.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know, like
my
so.
guy, my
it's-
guy.
I was waiting on him to throw that in there, so we'll get that on the close. It's like,
Yes, sir.
bro. All y'all so multi-dimensional, and I'm just really excited for this music. I'm really excited for folks to see like outside of the music too, like how
Yeah.
sharp this shit is. Like this shit
Thank you.
really,
Thank you.
Thank
it really run deep. It
Thank
really
you.
run
man.
deep.
It
So
does.
with that, yeah, FTF for the future, for the family, group therapy on all social medias, right? Yep, there we go. Come on, tap in.
Therapy LLC on TikTok.
There it is.